A Brooklyn Love Story, Part 6. Eli, the former flame from Romy's past, stood before her, igniting a spark of longing and familiarity. The years had transformed him into a refined and enigmatic figure, carrying an air of mystery that drew Romy in like a moth to a flame. The chemistry between them, once buried beneath the sands of time, lingered in the air like an unspoken secret, electrifying the space between them. Jackson, busy attending to customers in their cozy Brooklyn bookstore, remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing just a few feet away. His trust in Romy was steadfast, but the sudden reappearance of Eli had set off a chain of events that neither of them could have anticipated.
Let's connect. Call or text.
Eli exuded
Anytime.
a magnetic confidence that made Romy's heart race. His eyes, deep and penetrating, held the weight of shared memories and a silent challenge, as if daring her to confront the emotions she had long buried. Their conversation began innocently enough, catching up on the years since they last crossed paths. Yet, beneath the surface, an unspoken tension simmered. Romy couldn't deny the surge of emotions Eli's presence stirred within her. The hidden chapters of their history, the passionate moments shared in the secret corners of Queens, threatened to resurface with a vengeance. Each word exchanged felt loaded, each glance a brush with temptation. As the days passed, Romy found herself ensnared in a web of conflicting emotions. The routine of her life with Jackson, the man who had stood by her through thick and thin, clashed violently with the undeniable allure of her past with Eli. Romy's days became a delicate balancing act, a chess match where every move carried the weight of her future. Late-night conversations and stolen glances with Eli became the canvas on which their unspoken connection painted a portrait of longing and desire. The familiar warmth of the brownstone, once a sanctuary of love and shared dreams, now bore witness to a silent struggle within Romy's heart. Jackson, ever perceptive, began to sense a change in Romy. The easygoing rhythm of their relationship faltered, replaced by a subtle tension he couldn't quite place. He attributed it to the natural ebb and flow of life, but deep down, an uneasy suspicion took root. Little did he know that a secret love, a passionate lover from Romy's past, had resurfaced and was casting long shadows over the stability they had built together. Eli, meanwhile, was no passive observer in this drama. He was here with purpose, and he made it clear that he wasn't going anywhere.
I am here to stay.
His presence was a constant, a subtle but insistent reminder of what Romy had once felt, and could feel again. Their rendezvous became more frequent, carefully orchestrated meetings in the heart of Queens, away from the prying eyes of those who might question them. Flushing Meadows Corona Park, once a place of innocent memories, now served as the backdrop for their secret encounters. Each meeting was charged with tension, each moment together a step closer to the edge of a precipice. One evening, as the sun dipped below the Unisphere skyline from the 1964 New York World's Fair, Romy and Eli found themselves on a familiar park bench. The echoes of their shared history reverberated in the air, and the pull between them became undeniable. Eli, with an intensity that mirrored their past, confessed his lingering love for Romy. The words hung in the air, a confession that could either rekindle an old flame or burn everything Romy had built to the ground. In that vulnerable moment, Romy confronted the complex tapestry of her emotions. The stability of her life with Jackson, the man she had chosen to build a future with, clashed violently with the passionate undercurrents of her past with Eli. She was caught between the comfort of familiarity and the intoxicating allure of the unknown. The ensuing days were a whirlwind of tension and secrecy. The brownstone, once a haven of love and warmth, now felt like a battleground where the echoes of love and desire clashed in a silent war. Jackson, sensing the growing distance, began to suspect that something was amiss. He couldn't put his finger on it, but the subtle shifts in Romy's behavior, the late nights, the distant look in her eyes, it all added up to something he couldn't ignore. She was a woman divided, torn between two loves, two lives, and the choices that could shatter one or both. Amid this emotional upheaval, Romy retreated to the familiar confines of Brooklyn's streets, seeking solace and clarity. The city, once a symbol of love and shared history, now felt like a labyrinth of conflicting emotions. She walked the streets alone, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts and feelings, searching for an answer that eluded her. One night, as she stood on the Brooklyn Bridge, the same bridge where Jackson had proposed, where her love story had unfolded, Romy grappled with a decision that would alter the course of her life. The city lights glittered in the distance, a reflection of the choices that lay before her. Eli's words echoed in her mind, a seductive whisper that threatened to unravel everything she had built with Jackson. In the quiet solitude of that moment, Romy made a choice that would shape the narrative of her love story. But the path she chose was far from clear. Eli was still there, a constant presence in her life, and he made it clear that he wasn't giving up. The chess match was far from over, and the streets of Brooklyn, witness to the highs and lows of her journey, held the secrets of a love story that continued to evolve. As the game played out, Romy realized that no matter what choice she made, the consequences would be profound. The love she had for Jackson was deep and true, but the passion she felt for Eli was undeniable. And as the pieces moved across the board, Romy knew that the outcome was in her hands, but the cost of winning or losing could be everything she held dear. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe.